All right, this is a Westerbeek 13A. You can do, it's already been rebuilt, but I put the wrong grease in it. But this is going to show you how to rebuild it too, because I'm going to take it all apart. It was pretty easy to rebuild. Just requires a little bit of patience. So taking my lines off, it's pretty easy. Remember how it goes. It's on there with 4 bolts. I got this little pipe pointing straight down. And these hoses come off easy. So I put new hoses not too long ago. Okay, wiggle that off like that. Now I'm just gonna tighten that up a little. I want this hose clamp to just stay right with it. A little bit of seawater. Okay, it's a 13 millimeter. There's 4 bolts, and there's a little iron plate there. Yep, gonna wiggle it. There we go. Should be almost there. Oh, got it. There it is. I'll show you how to take this apart. There's a snap ring right there. Yeah, I got the wrong kind of grease. I put regular grease. You know, it might work, but I'm not gonna chance it. Go out in the ocean with this boat. I'm not gonna mess around. And there's those bearings inside there. I'm even going to slather some of that grease in there too. But that's probably oiled by the motor. There it is. And there's a gasket on here. And that gasket is a good gasket. I just reused it. It's like a rubber gasket or something. So that one's staying right there. Alrighty then. And I got this little screwdriver. Okay, snap ring pliers. Grab this very carefully. Okay, now, oh, I got it. Look at that, like a boss. That was easy. That was a lot easier than the last time I did it. Wow, came right out. Snap ring. Okay, so now what we got to do is we have to open up this part. And what I want to do, there's a paper gasket in there, and I don't know if it's going to be destroyed. I don't know. But I want to make a gasket out of something other than paper, see if it works. Because I like to check this. I don't use my diesel much. And if the impeller is not bad, I don't want to change it. So I'd like to have a gasket I can reuse. So I'm going to be making one of those too. All right, let's take that apart. The rebuild kit for this Westerbeek water pump. This is a part number 33636. Which that wasn't as clean. I used the wire brush to that, the wire brush machine to that. So we'll take these out carefully. All right. Let's see. We're gonna ruin that gasket. No, not really. The gasket's, it's on there. It's not ruined. Paper gasket. Okay, so now we gotta pull out the impeller. Okay, like a boss, come right out. I put that one in, that's brand new. Okay, so tap on that. I wonder what harm it would be to take it out this way. A little trickier than I thought. Let's see if I can grab it with the needle nose. Yeah, I did. Okay, so this bearing has got to go out. And I will try to tap it. And I'll put this little spring thing back in here. I'm sure it has a name. I call it a little spring thing. Well, slippery little bugger. All right, I'm going to attempt to clean the old grease out of these bearings. Take a towel, just try to get some of it out here. Yeah, this is what I really care about. These bearings. And remember, after you grease them, there's nothing else that's going to grease them. That it's going to stay for years or however long. You know, they don't get re-greased. So you've got to have the good grease. This is just regular automotive grease. All right, so what I'm going to do, yeah, that's all I really care about is getting the grease out of these. So I'm going to use this stuff, Dawn Power Wash Platinum. It's supposed to be really tough on grease. Okay. Okay, we'll just let that set down there. Spin the bearing. And the fact is, these bearings are so small and there's not a lot of space in here, they're not going to take a lot of grease anyway. So it's another reason you want the best kind of grease in there. There's not going to be a lot of room. There's not a lot of room in there. Yeah, that's coming out. That really does it. All right. So there's the shaft. When you get it, those bearings are going to be already on here. So here's another thing I got to do. This is the original paper seal. Now I took that off carefully. That paper seal is still good. I could probably put it back on and it wouldn't leak. But what I'm going to do is, so when this cover is on for a long time, when you take it off, that always gets destroyed. And what I like to do is I don't change my impeller every season because I don't run the diesel much. It's a sailboat. So what I want is a gasket that I can reuse. So I bought this gasket material. It's thicker, but it's for water pumps and stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out my own gasket and I'm going to see if that works. And this should be able to come off when I check my impeller, make sure everything's okay, then I can put it right back together. Because outside of that, you're going to have to buy a new impeller that comes with the paper gasket, unless I want to take paper and make one, which is a possibility too. But we're going to get to that as well. So I'm going to grease up these with the correct grease, and I'm going to put it on this shaft. So this is the correct grease. It's this stuff right here is calcium sulfonate complex. Okay.
Rockland Harbor Master.
Smear that in.
Charlie Gamma, John 16.
Smear that in. I don't necessarily want to get it in the hole, but I did. Quite a bit of grease in there. A little bit more. Give it a generous amount of grease. Might be easier. Well, actually no. That went on like a boss. Yeah, that went on like a boss. Bit more grease in there. Okay, like that. Not bad, not bad. That later. So this goes in here, like that. Now what I need to do, I'm going to get a socket. Tap that in. It's not going in right. Almost, a little bit more. Okay, snap ring. Very good. And this goes pretty good. I'm gonna even put a little bit more grease in there. Put a little bit more. Okay, now the seals. Okay. So here's the seals. So there's like a little tiny spring in there. I guess the spring goes this way. The flat part goes down there. I'm gonna put a little bit of grease on the edges of these. Okay, now I gotta seat that down in there. Get our socket again. Trying to be careful on every step. That should do it. Okay, gonna seat that in there. Okay, now the spacer. We got a little plastic spacer. The instruction says that you don't need to replace the spacer. I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna put it there. It's got little prongs on it. The prongs go down. That separates the seals. Gonna put some grease on it. I think that looks good. I see the spacer. I see the other one that moves freely. And then your impeller just goes right in there. This is the gasket I'm making. This should be reusable. That's the theory, anyway. Yeah, this is pretty tough stuff. Okay. All right. There. Not the prettiest. Now I gotta make the holes. I need a little pick. This is what I got, a little punch. I'm gonna punch the holes, but I gotta get something to take out that old hole, whatever that was. Like a boss. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to carefully tighten these down. Carefully. Okay. Get a screwdriver. Hey, John here. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I've been really busy this season, but I hope to make another sailing video before the end of the season and show you my solar setup that I made for the boat and show you some squid fishing. I got into that. That's a blast. I've been busy writing books and I've been making songs with AI, and I really enjoy that. My goal is to make a remote income so I can live an itinerant lifestyle. Live on the boat, live out of a utility trailer or a foreign country or something. I think that would be great. If you want to see my books and listen to my songs, you can do that by going in the video description and clicking on my Linktree link. It'll take you to everything. All right, till next time, Godspeed.